How's it going, everybody? This is Steve Ninja. I've got special guest tonight, George G's Room of Rock, YouTuber. We're both huge Kiss fans, and like I said, I've been a huge fan. He's probably since the '80s. Probably been a fan. Or
83.
'83. Okay, that's
Well,
probably
Link
around
It
the
Up came out. That's the first album I got, so that's the one that got me into the band.
That's probably for
From
me
watching
too.
it, from watching a dance show, my sister was watching. They actually showed the Lick It Up video because when they took the makeup off, it was like a big deal back then.
Yeah,
No one. So,
I was 10 years old in 1983. Then my Look It Up might have been my first album too at the time. So
yeah,
it's
I was 12.
yeah, that was a big deal when Kiss went on MTV and they took their, they showed
Yeah,
their faces for the first time. It was like, wow, everybody was kind of tuned in if you were a Kiss fan, kind of see
yeah,
what these guys look like. And they, you know, Gene looked fairly normal. The other guys didn't look quite normal. And
Well,
Eric Carr,
Paul looked the same with the makeup on. He's a little paler, as he said.
I think Eric Carr had only been in the band for like 3 years at the time. So
Yep, 1980. Yep, yep.
and Vinnie
And
Vincent
Vinny,
was,
and that picture, Vinny's wearing a wig.
yeah.
He's wearing a wig. I don't know why they put him in a wig, but put him in a wig for the picture. Weird.
I wonder. I
It's
mean,
hanging, it's hanging on the wall behind me, right there.
yeah. I mean, his hair was probably yeah. His hair was probably pretty long at the time. I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking.
I
Doesn't
got this.
matter.
I think I may show you this. I got this for Christmas. It's shows a
Oh yeah,
picture
yeah.
on the back there.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mom got me this for Christmas. She knows me
Oh,
well, I guess, and it's a it's got some cool
that's
stuff.
nice.
Yeah, it's got some cool
That's
stuff in
nice.
there.
Oh yeah, the logo. Logo's one of the best logos.
Well, so like I said, I had like 12 honorable mentions. Technically, I've got like a one cheat on my list, but I don't know if it's. We'll talk about it, but it's not technically a cheat, but it's
Yeah.
just.
Well,
But
how
yeah,
did
go
you
ahead.
do it? So I just list them all, just the honorable mentions real quick.
Yeah, just gonna read them
Yeah,
off. But
I don't have props for the top 10, but not for these. Just kind of, I'm gonna go through them. Okay.
yeah, just what have we got? Just
Well,
on
first of all, I want to thank you for having me on. By the way, Steve, because I don't think we've done a video together in ages.
probably since like November because we were gonna do one or maybe October. We were gonna do one in December, and then it just never happened because of holidays and all that stuff. And
Yeah, things happen. Life cuts in the way, as they say.
yeah, like it's like it just seems
Life and a lot of snow.
yeah. George lives in New Jersey, and he's got a ton. New Jersey, New York, that area's had a ton of snow. Would you say like 2 feet of snow?
Yeah, but yeah, 2 feet. Some places got 30 inches, but it's all gone now. It was like really warm today, so all the snow's pretty much gone. Thank God. Well, it's March now. It doesn't stick around. Like it wasn't like the last storm in January we got because it was so cold. It just stuck around and
Yeah,
stuck around. It was like it was forever. It wasn't melting at all. So anyway,
yeah.
anyway, all right. I'll go through my honorable mentions real quick. I picked the one from Ace's solo album, "Rip It Out." Always love the opening track for that. I love it loud. Standard for Kiss there. "Watching You" from Hotter Than Hell.
Uh-huh.
"God of Thunder" from Destroyer.
Wow.
"Making Love." Always love the riff of "Making Love" from Rock All Over. "Strange Ways." Great solo from Ace on that one. Rest in peace, Ace. And "Creatures of the Night." Great opening track again for that one. "Talk to Me." Always like that one. And maybe an unsung kind of song and unmasked, but Ace's song is that. "Hotter Than Hell." "Deuce," which is the first song they played together ever, which
Hmm.
made them kiss. "All
Wow.
Hell's Breaking Loose." Always love "All Hell's Breaking Loose." "Unholy." And "On the Eighth Day."
Wow.
Always love that song. I don't know what's about that song, but I think it's one of the gets too cool. But didn't quite make the top 10. But there you
Wow.
go.
Well, a lot of your honorable mentions are going to be in my top 10. So let's see how that goes.
Oh,
I mean,
that's fine. Whatever.
so your top 10 is going to be a lot different from mine, I think. So
Yep.
that's
Well, that's fine. That's what makes it interesting.
yeah. I don't think it matters whether I have that light on or not. I think it's
Yeah.
I think this light is reflecting on my glasses.
Oh,
All right. So what's your there's some really great ones there. What's your top 10? Or number 10?
what's the honorable mentions first or no?
Uh,
You want to do your honorable mentions, and then we'll go back and forth? How's that?
Yeah, go ahead and get your number 10, then I'll get my honorables and my number 10.
Okay. Number 10 is from Rock and Roll Over, and it's Ladies Room.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's an odd one, right? But it's a great tune. I actually like it better than some of the other ones. I don't want to give anything away. But yeah, always love Ladies Room, the live version too. But the studio version of this, it's got a certain charm to it. I don't know. So that's my number 10.
Okay, so as far as my honorable mentions, I think some of these are probably going to be in your top 10. I think.
Whatever.
You didn't mention a lot of these, so I'm thinking a lot of these are probably going to be in your top 10. But so I've got Black Diamond, 100,000 Years, Going Blind, Lick It Up, the title track, Young and Wasted.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Shock Me. I Was Made for Loving You. Heaven's on Fire. Calling Dr. Love. Cold Gin. She. And I Want You. So a lot of these are going to be in your top 10.
Oh, good. You'll see. I guess we'll find out.
I got a feeling. Right, cool. So yeah, my number 10. I'll pull up the CD here. My number 10 is going to be Watching You.
Oh yeah.
As a classic. I mean, if you watch some of those early Kiss Live videos and stuff, usually they do stuff in the first two albums, and Watching You is always on that. And
yeah.
I mean, a lot of my stuff on my list are from Gene. Like some reason in the 80s.
That's fun.
I always liked his voice. I mean, some reason in the 80s, he was busy doing movies and all that stuff, and so he kind of dropped out of scene after they took the makeup off or after Look It Up. But whatever. Like I said, like 6 out of my 10 are Gene songs. Just like I always liked his bass playing. I've always liked his voice. So, but that's my number 10.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Number 9 is from this one, and is Parasite.
Oh, great one too. Yeah.
It's like an awesome riff from that. It's got a great, I guess, that great riff, great drum beat in it. Peter and Ace do a great job on it. And Gene does a great job singing it too. So it's a heavy song, one of the heaviest songs. But I think this whole album is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
If I was, I would think, I would say this is like Kiss's like Sabbath album. It's got that heaviness that sounds like it, because the first album didn't sound like this, and the next one was really poppy. So this to me is their Sabbath metal album of the 70s, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. What's I always wondered what's Paul doing with his hand there? What's he doing with this cover with Peter Criss? I never.
He's grabbing it back and I don't know, posing.
Was he drunk? Was he reaching for?
He was drunk in that. Yeah, the only time he got drunk was that photo session.
Yeah.
If you look at the back cover, it's the only time he was ever drunk.
Yeah, he drinks sometimes, but he's not like a heavy drinker like a Peter.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've seen Kiss at a live concert, and it's when Paul's voice started to kind of go a little bit. This is probably this is like in 2015, something like that. And his voice was bad, and somebody offered him some beer to somebody in the front row had him like a beer. He picked it up and kind of drank it a little bit. And his voice sounded a little bit better for a while, and then it started to get cracking again. And that's right around the start of his voice kind of going out a little bit. But
I haven't seen them. I never saw them again since the Psycho Circus tour. I never saw them again after that.
It's probably a good idea. Like I said, I've seen them. We talked about this before. I've seen them 10 times exactly. That was from 1990 through 2019, and I went through all. They came to town, various areas around Indianapolis a few times, and I missed a few shows here or there, but I counted all the ones that they did. And 2019 was one, and that was like I was ready to. They actually came back a couple times after that, and so they supposedly they were done, but they came back, and so they did some more. But 2019, I said goodbye, and I was done. I didn't have to see him anymore, but it was fun.
Yeah,
most of those shows were great. The one show that wasn't so great was Psycho Circus. That was when Peter Criss started to turn on the band, I think, a little bit. When I think around the time he found out he was getting paid.
Well, the farewell tour, they were doing more of that, but he was kind of mad at them.
Yeah, I mean,
96 was a phenomenal year.
Yeah, that was a great show. I mean, they just sounded like that's classic Kiss with Ace and Peter. They sounded really great in that, and then So at some
Yeah.
point there, that's when Peter found out he was making less money than Ace Frehley.
The Ace. Yeah.
He seemed to sabotage the show that I went to. I mean, that's the one where the 3D
Yeah.
glasses and the Psycho Circus and the
Yeah.
3D
Yeah.
glasses.
I saw them early in that tour, so I saw them twice, 2 nights in a row for that one. The
Wow.
Psycho Circus. I saw them twice for the reunion tour, and I was third row for one of them.
Wow,
So
wow.
they were right there. So I had to pick from Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
You know, one of
I
the best
was
moments. They're right there. I'm like, I can't believe they're looking. I'm looking right at them. It was right there, as big as life. It was
wow.
amazing, and that's why I'm like, I never went again. So I'm never going to top this show. Original band, catching the pick from Ace, never gonna beat that. So I never went again. And
Right.
nothing against Tommy Thayer or Eric Singer either, because they just if they asked you to play in the band, whether they could be where too, you get the money, why not?
I think we
Nothing
sounded
against that. I met them both, Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer, nicest guys ever.
Yeah. I think they sounded great with them, and it seemed like there was a great camaraderie with those guys. That's
Yeah.
why I mean they were comfortable with those guys and they could trust them, and they couldn't trust
Yeah.
Ace. So it's like, but they kept going.
Yeah.
And it was really Ace is really the reason why they were going to break up, because of he said, I don't want to
Yeah.
do this. I don't want to wear makeup, and so they
Yeah.
in the band, but then they
Well,
weren't ready to
go. Both times in Kiss's history when Ace left, they didn't want Ace to leave because
Yeah.
they know what a draw he was. They didn't want him. He wanted to leave. So they always make it sound like, oh, he was fired. No, Ace didn't want to be there, so he left. So it totally wasn't. Gina Paul wanted him still in the band. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right. So my number 10. This is one of your honorable mentions.
You mean you're on number 9.
Right, number 9. My number 9 is the song "Creatures of the Night" from.
Oh yeah.
I've always loved. I've loved the Eric Carr's drum sound in this. I've always loved.
There's the old cover. Yeah.
I love it. This is the 1985 reissue.
Yeah, the remix too.
Yeah, and we know that Ace is
Don't
on
play
this.
on it.
He didn't play at all on this album. So
Yeah.
he's right there, but he wasn't on this album at all. But
and who's the guitar player on Creatures of the Night? Do you know?
There's so many. I mean, Benny
Steve Ferris from Mr. Mister.
Yeah.
What an odd choice. What an odd choice, but he played an awesome solo on that, though.
Right. There's a lot of guys that played on it. I mean, Vinny was one of them, but there's definitely you can kind of tell Vinny's solos on it, but yeah, as far as backing vocal and backing like rhythm guitars and stuff like that, and other, you can kind of sometimes tell it's not him, but yeah, Creatures of the Night. I've always loved that album. It's my second favorite Kiss album, and it's because of the production and the drum sound. Which
drum sound's phenomenal.
The next album, look it up, but it doesn't have that drum sound, even though it's the same drummer.
No, same producer.
Same producer, yeah. But Michael James
Jackson. Yeah.
Not Michael Jackson, but Michael James Jackson.
Exactly.
And even on the back of this, it says Neil Bogart, 1943 to 1982. You can see him.
Yeah. Now, does that when you open it up, does it say anything? Who plays lead guitar on it?
No, this one doesn't say much on it.
Because what the one I had, because I got a couple of them remastered. One of the ones I did have, it says lead guitar by Ace Frehley and Vinnie Vincent.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it said on the inside. I was like, no, it's not.
It might be. Yeah. It might be on the reissue possibly, but some people forgot that Bryan Adams co-wrote a couple songs on this album.
Yeah.
One being War Machine, and the other one was Rock and Roll Hell. He co-wrote those two songs, and then Bryan Adams later on did a War Machine cover. He said he had
I heard that.
Yeah, he had never heard the Kiss version before, and he co-wrote it. But he's a young kid. He's only like 21, so
yeah. Well, Rock and Roll Hell, Gene only wrote one line to it.
Really?
so we can get credit on it. Yep. It's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Gene for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's when he started to kind of tap out a little bit, and thought
a little bit.
Once he took the makeup off, that was like when he was kind of going off on his own and let Paul take over and do everything.
Yeah.
You can credit Paul Stanley for keeping the band going throughout the 80s.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for Paul, there'd be no Kiss. Yeah, he did it all.
Yeah. All right. So what's your number 8?
Number 8 is Stone Destroyer, King of the Nighttime World.
Oh, okay. Yes. That
Yeah,
song's
that's absolutely love that one too. It's a great second track. Goes, after it goes into Detroit Rock City, and great tune though.
I like it
It's
even
just
more on the live.
catchy as hell. So
Yeah,
what's that?
I like it even more on the live too because it's got the Ace, just like when you saw him live in '96.
Yep,
Ace kind of
yep.
has that kind of explosion, I think, out of his guitar or something like that, and just
Hmm.
it doesn't sound. I mean, they can't really do that song without him. It's to me,
Yeah,
nobody else can do it justice, and Ace is just pretty part of that
that's
sound.
true.
But yeah,
That's true.
that's a great song, and I'm going to mention something about it later on too. But my number 8, this one's we kind of talked about this album a little bit. Uh, my number 8 is actually from Psycho Circus, and it's a song Psycho Circus, the title track.
Oh yeah.
That to me, that's like one of the last really great Kiss songs, in my opinion. When I heard this on the radio, heard that title track on the radio, I thought, oh my god. I mean, the album's not quite to that level, but I think that's where one of the best Paul Stanley songs, and I think 1998. It's kind of
Yeah.
like their last really great one. I mean, there's some decent stuff on Sonic Boom and Monster, but
Hmm.
I don't, even though there's dysfunction in the band with these guys, it's like Peter Criss barely played on anything. He sang on at least one song and did some co-singing on other songs, but yeah, I don't
He
think
only
he
play he only plays drums on Into the Void. That's it.
really. Yeah,
That's the only song that's all four members playing instruments on. It's the only one.
yeah, and he sang the song. I
And
finally,
it's the producer that made the decision, which I think was stupid.
yeah, Bruce Fairbairn. Fairbairn was a Canadian producer, and he died during the Yes, one of their album, The Ladder. I think that one of their
Hmm.
albums. He died in the
Yeah, I
studio.
heard that.
Found him dead
Yeah,
in the
that's great.
studio. But
That's
yeah,
that's crazy.
he worked with Bon Jovi a lot too. But
Yeah,
yeah, I finally found my way. It was Peter Criss's only song that he sang solo on.
yeah.
One
That's
of the
not a
worst.
very good. That's not a
Yeah,
very good song at all.
it's one of the worst.
Yeah,
Ballads that Kiss ever did. But yeah,
yeah. That's not it. He didn't write it though. He didn't write it.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your number 7?
Number 7 is from this one, and it is the opening track. I Stole Your Love.
Oh wow. Okay. Good
Yeah.
one too.
Because a friend of mine played me the track when we were, pumping. I was, 12 years old, 13. He's like, I hear the song. I thought it was the Love Gun song, and it came out. I'm like, this is the Love Gun. He goes, no, it's the first track. I was like, damn, this is really good. So I always fell in love with it from that moment on. So love
Yeah.
the tune. Great tune. Great lead in it too. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, if I could have done honorable mentions, I could have listed 30 honorable mentions, and just songs
So could I.
that just
So
didn't
could
make
I.
it in. But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
can't
another,
list them all.
yeah, that's another good one that's on live too. That sounds really good on that live album.
Yeah.
So for my number 7, it's also from that same album, Love Gun, but the title track, Love Gun. I think
I
it's
wrote that.
even though they play that song live all the time.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I like that what they did with it later too. After this, they sped it up a little bit more, especially like
Yeah. It made it longer.
yeah, and they played it a little faster, but and it's on. I like the way it sounds on Live 3. I think some people don't like a Live 3, but I like that sound. I think that the band sounded really good with Bruce Kulick on the guitar and Eric
Yeah.
Singer. But yeah, I've never gotten tired of that. I mean, they play it live every show pretty much, and
Yeah.
I still Love Gun is still one of my favorites. So
That's when I first time I saw them in '87. Crazy Nights Story. They opened with Love Gun,
wow, they did.
which is odd ones to open up, but that's what they opened with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good opener too. I mean, we all know there's one I'll talk about later that's usually their opener, but and some tours
Yeah.
they mixed it up a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's to me that's one of their better songs. I've never got tired of it. All right,
Me either.
all right. What's your number 6?
Number 6, Heaven's on Fire.
Okay,
I absolutely love that tune. I never get tired of hearing it. I just hear it all the time. And they play it all the time on Ozzy's Boneyard all the time. But that's one of those songs I don't get sick of hearing. Always love it. Always love Heaven's on Fire.
great song. It's in my honorable mentions. I mean, it's probably Paul Stanley probably messed his voice up by bringing that song back into the set list.
Oh yeah. You're telling me.
because when they usually when they play the song later, they would skip the intro part where Paul doesn't do the high part of it. They just go right to the song because they was like Paul's voice is messed up now. That's probably the one that really tested it really because it's just hitting those notes every night. When you're doing a show, 3 or 4 shows a week, you're gonna voice up when
you're gonna shred your voice. You're gonna shred your voice.
Yeah, he had a surgery done on his voice too. I think that messed it up, but he probably would have been better on surgery because it got worse after that. I think.
Yeah,
and it's just I mean, he's what 71, 72 now, 73. He's up there in age.
Like that. Yeah. No, it's I think he's older than that. I think he was born in 51.
Yeah, might have been 51. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Gene's
crazy.
Gene was 49. Yeah. 1949.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great one too. My number 6 comes from the debut album. I think you mentioned it in the honorable mentions. It's Deuce.
Awesome.
I love the Deuce version on Alive even more. But every generation, some generation they sped it up. I like the way it sounds on Alive 3. Love the way it sounds on the debut album. It's just a song I've never gotten tired of. It's like it's especially later in Alive 3, it really kind of sped it up and it sounds heavier. And so just a song that they could always adapt that song, just like Love Gun, make it sound more, and kind of modernize it a little bit. But yeah.
Soundtrack. Did you see my video when I opened This Monster?
No.
Just Alive, the box set.
No, it's
awesome. It's awesome. It's got remastered versions, of course, of the album. It's got two live versions. One is like because they used to do 2 shows a night, and the second show you could tell Paul's voice is not the same, so it was not doctored up at all. So you can tell like this is he's like almost talking the lyrics, but it's cool. And there's a version of Gene singing "Strange Ways."
Wow. Okay.
Which is awesome. It's like I don't usually spend money on these kind of box sets, but I'm like I gotta get Alive. So I got Alive. My wife said, "Yeah, I got it for Christmas." My Christmas present to myself. So anyway.
Wow, I don't have a place for box sets like that anymore. It's like I'm going to put it.
I don't buy them. I never. If they come out with one Alive 2, it's probably the only one I ever buy after that. Probably it, because they're just too expensive.
It's one of the best live albums.
That's my favorite live album.
Some of those early tracks really came alive on this on Alive.
It really came alive. No pun intended.
Yeah. There's some great songs on this, but like I said, it's in my top 2 or 3 favorite live albums of all time, and this is really when Kiss really took off, and after the story after this, and that's really what made them really popular at the time because Alive did so well.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number 5?
All right, number 5 is from this album, and it's not the song you might think it is, but it's "Ladies in Waiting."
Okay.
Odd choice, but I love the song. I love the Ace's guitar work in it. The fills he puts in at the end, absolutely love it. And it's a fun tune. I mean, the album's a fun album. It really is. It's short. It's like 29 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's fast, quick. It's over. It's a good one now. So always one of my favorite albums by them. So "Ladies in Waiting," maybe an odd choice, but it's one of my favorite songs.
Oh no, I mean that's a great song. But it's at that period of time they were. What they do 2 albums in 74 and they did that album in 75 along with Alive.
Yeah.
So they never had to crank out albums, Destroyers in 76 and then Rock and Rollers in 76. So this is back when bands just all they did was just crank out and tour. They just stay on the road.
Yeah, but you gotta remember the songs the band put back then. They did 9 or 10 songs on an album instead of like 14, 16, 17 songs, which is completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of filler on the album. We had this conversation on one of our other videos. Now they put too much songs on the album. Well, back in the 70s, they didn't do it because they couldn't.
Hot in the Shade. I mean, usually because of vinyl, a lot of times, and maybe 8-track too, where you can only put so much on per side. I mean, usually. With vinyl, it's like 20 minutes per side, so you couldn't go over that. So if you cut off songs, and it's just strange time.
Yeah, but with Hot in the Shade, that's got 14 songs or 15 songs. I got on record on one record. It's on one record, so they can do it. They just want to make their money. But also, they said what's smaller the groove, the less it sounds better on vinyl. So,
Right.
but I'm not a vinyl. You know, I love vinyl anymore, so I don't know.
You remember when audio cassettes they would extend the length where it had like 30 minutes on per side, and it was a huge
Hmm.
tape, and it would
Yep.
go,
Yep.
the tape would kind of show much larger than what normally. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of constraints. That's usually why a lot of the albums have weird. The songs are kind of lined up weird because
Yeah.
they fit so many songs per side, and like that's why when I like to make like burn CDs, whatever, I like to put the songs in the order. Like sometimes I can make me enjoy the album more when I can put the kind of front loaded with some of the best songs, and kind of put the songs that I like a little bit less on the
Hmm.
back end of it, and really kind of hit the key points I like, the huge songs on an album. That's why I like to do that with CDs.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 5. You mentioned this in your album mention. I probably like the live 2 version a little bit more than the album, but than on Destroyer. But the song is "God of Thunder." I think
Oh yeah.
one of the classics with Gene's talking about Thor, the God of Thunder. You know that he's doing that. I love the album cover to Destroyer. It's my
Yeah.
favorite album. I mean, like I said, Creatures of the Night is my second favorite, but I still like Destroyer. I mean, some people don't. Some people are just sick of these songs. I mean, to me, I've never gotten sick of these songs. I mean,
No, I don't guess I can either.
I think I have two songs from Destroyer in my top 10. One's going to come up later, but for me, like I said, God of Thunder on Alive 2 is great too. On the Alive 2,
Yeah.
but Alive 2 is kind of a great live album as well. If you're a Kiss fan, it's a must. But for me, it's a dark song. I've always liked the way Gene sings this track. So, well, that's my number 5. What's your number 4?
Number 4 is from the debut, and it's Black Diamond.
There we go. That's my honorable.
Great. This song, because I used to have when I was growing up, my stereo used to be on one wall that my parents were in the other room watching TV, and it was kind of loud. And my mom said, "So, because the ending of Black Diamond, the way it goes off real slow, she goes, that's the most annoying song that you play." She couldn't stay because it would drown out, go slower and slower. She just annoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I had to, since then, but I always my service back to the window facing the house, so I don't have to worry about her hearing it as much. But yeah,
Right.
Black Diamond is great. It's a great tune. Peter does a great job. So it's a
Yeah.
classic. They played that one pretty much for every concert since they started, really,
I
with Eric
like
Carr singing it too. So
yeah, I like his voice. I think when Eric Carr took over, he would sing Black Diamond live, and maybe
yep,
I think Eric Singer would do it too.
Eric Singer did too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kind of like graspy kind of voice, just like
Yep.
Peter Criss has. Well, Peter Criss is
Yep.
like he didn't like turn 80, I think, late last year or earlier this year.
Yeah. His new album is good.
Yeah, he's like 80 years
It's
old.
really good. I'm like surprised. It's really a rocking album. It's not like setting a new ground, but it's a good album. It really is. I was surprised. Because the one we had before that, One for All, was really not my kind of thing. It was just too sappy and too many ballads. But this was a rock and roll album, like a regular rock and roll album. Really good though. Recommend it. If you don't watch, you like Kiss, get the Peter Criss album.
Yeah,
You can't even stream it. You have to buy it. You can't even stream it.
well, that's probably a good idea. Just make people buy it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just- it's like his solo album '78 is very strange. It's like it's not heavy at all.
No, but I actually like that album. I didn't like it before, but now I like it. You start to appreciate things as you get older.
Yeah, it's ballady. I mean, yeah, sometimes you
It's
listen
got
to
good to it. I love his voice. So it makes you. It's the first one I got when I got to get the Kiss. That was the first solo album I got was Peter.
I mean, he did Beth and Baby Driver and some of those songs. Just some people love
Yep.
his voice. Yeah, I like his voice.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Kiss singer necessarily, but
Yeah.
that's before Ace took over. Ace started doing Love Gun. He started singing "Shock Me,"
Yep.
and that's when he started.
Yep.
That's when he started to get confidence, and he had a
Yep.
great solo album too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. So my number 4. This is from going to the '90s now. I actually
That's fine.
I have 2 from the '90s. I had Psycho Circuits earlier, and I've got Unholy on this.
Oh yeah.
The Gene song. I remember hearing this. I've seen the video for Unholy. Oh my God! This is like a metal. I mean, Kiss
I know.
played
Exactly.
it's one of their heaviest songs. It's a dark song. It's the lyrics are really dark. The left-handed power and the stuff in the cool lyrics. They were all wearing the leather in the back there.
That they never looked better without the makeup at that point. They looked cool. They looked like a cool band, instead of just looking like, to try to be a hair metal thing, and they just looked like with leather. That's what that made. That was the best they had since the makeup.
Yeah, this is produced by Bob Ezrin, just like Destroyer, Love Destroyer.
Yep.
This album should have gone platinum. Unfortunately, it's hit the grunge era at this time, and
that killed a lot of bands.
Yeah, it should have been a lot better. And just like I said, I like Alive 3 quite a bit, and that's a lot of stuff from Revenge on that live album. But some people just didn't like it. They just didn't they just didn't take off on it. And to me, it's like one of the darkest and heaviest things I've ever did on the song Unholy. And I like a lot of stuff on this too. The other stuff's more party music, I think, but Unholy is like it kind of announced that the band was back, and even after Hot in the Shade, it was kind of an announcment that like we're.
It was a good tour too. When I saw them twice for that tour.
Yeah, I did too. It was like it didn't do well. That tour didn't do well either. It's like
no, there was nobody there. No,
the economy wasn't doing all great at the time either. It was like I went in like November of '92, and it's just kind of a shame. But I thought it was a great show. I thought they sounded great.
That's what happened.
Love the album. Love the live album. I really enjoyed that stuff. But all right, so what's your number 3?
Number 3, Studio Side, Rocket Ride.
Okay, Ace song, yeah.
Ace is, Ace, great tune by Ace, great solo. I don't think there's Peter playing drums on it though.
Really?
I don't think he is. I mean, they never said it, but I don't. It just sounds too good for Peter at the time because Peter's kind of. I hope I gotta think it from my head it's Peter, but I don't know for sure. But it's a great tune. Rocker's got a great solo in it. It's just Ace on the album, really, on the song. Because Gina Paul don't play on it. I think Ace does the bass work and everything on it too, but it's still a great tune.
Yeah, I mean, he's working on
that's that all the time. You don't know who played anything except for the first couple albums. You had no idea who played on what. But
he could have put that on a solo album in '78. That could have been on there. I'm glad it's actually on it.
It was supposed to be on that. It was supposed to be on the solo album, but they wanted to do the studio side. They said put a track on to put that one on.
I've always loved back there with Gene with the blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. If you're a kid, man, you see this when you're a young kid, this is like you're going to be hooked in the band. I mean, if you hear you're going to be hooked just seeing that. But I like the 5 studio tracks on the fourth side of the album. The end of on the second disc if you have a CD. All right, so my number 4, I'm going to go. All right, I'm sorry, number 3 for me. I'm going to go back to one of my favorite albums again. I mentioned Creatures of the Night. I like the song War Machine. And I mentioned that with Brian Adams co-wrote this song.
Yep.
I think it's one of the great, really dark songs. The song they still played even in recent years. It's a song that's been their live set for quite a while. I think it was even in '94. I think I told you I bought that kind of like a bootleg of a 1984 MTV concert. Guys without makeup on it, and some great stuff. I think Creatures of the Night is on that, and War Machine, and like another song I'll mention here shortly. But to me, I love the sound of this album. That's why I got songs from this album in my top 10. That's my number 3.
Well, my number 2 is War Machine. There you go.
There you go.
It's just like heavy. It's a metal track. It's a heavy metal track for Kiss.
It's a metal.
They thought Kiss was dead. This album just like made them, didn't sell well. This album because people kind of wrote them off at this time. But this was, great. If I think Paul said this, they released this without the makeup on it, they might have done better. Who knows? But still, it's a great tune, and now it gets a lot of respect now. So, but War Machine's a great, one of their best songs. Love that tune. Heavy as hell. Great tune.
Yeah, great song. I mean, I went to a record store today, and they had this on vinyl. It's like $35. I kind of thought
mine's right here. Mine's right here on the wall.
Yeah, I've got it.
My original copy too.
Well, I think mine might be an early pressing too, but it's got scratches and pops in it and all that stuff. I don't have a record player. I didn't play anything else with them. Yeah. band stuff like that. But what's your was that your number two?
Yeah, you got your number two now. What's your number two?
My number two is "I Love It Loud" from Creatures of the Night. Like I said,
Oh, there you go.
another one. Yeah,
It's another anthem.
I think it's one of the great heavy songs. Just like this whole album is just a heavy album that it's supposed to be their comeback album. It never did. People would kind of turned on Kiss at that point, but
yeah,
they never stopped really playing it live.
No,
enjoyed it.
Never.
Okay, what's your number one?
Number one, it is my favorite album, my favorite album cover of all time, favorite song, Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
There you go.
Definitely.
I love this album cover. I love the whole album is my favorite, but Detroit City is great, so I never got tired of hearing it. It's got a great because it's got a storyline to it. Got a cool intro. Paul and Ace do a great job trading off leads on it, and the way they build the song. It's just an excellent song. So it's my favorite Kiss song, favorite song of all time of anything I listen to. So there you go. Number one.
Yeah, that's one I wish on the CD that they would have like a separate track for the intro and just go right into the song if you cut to track 2.
Oh, I don't mind that. Listen to the Double Platinum. They do it that way.
Yeah, it's got the intro thing, and I've always liked Alive 2 a little bit more than even on the album on the Destroyer. I've always liked that song, and for me, my number one. You split it up. This is my cheat. My number one is Detroit Rock City and King of the Nighttime World. It's like for me,
that's fine.
World, I've got to hear. I can't just
listen to it. It's got to go into the other one. I got it.
It's kind of the Queen. We are the champion. We will rock.
We will rock. Yeah.
The songs you play back to back.
Absolutely.
I like I said, I like those two songs more on Alive 2 than I do on the. And actually, like on the studio album, but I've always loved the way it sounds on the Destroyer. I've always loved this, the way it sounds on this. But like I said, that was my cheat. I was like, I'm going to do King of the Nighttime World, not by itself.
That's fine.
I'm going to do it as part of the Kiss King of the Nighttime World list there. So, but yeah, that's like I said, you got that number one. I had number one, so we both agree that's best Kiss song,
fine,
or at least our favorite Kiss song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like I said, we've been huge fans forever. I thought this would be fun to do. I did this based on Barry, a classic album review. He decided to do that recently, so I thought maybe we should do something like that. Give our top 10, some of our favorites. Like I said, mine's got 6 Gene songs on it. If you 6 Gene songs and 4 Paul Stanley. I didn't have anything from Ace or Peter Criss on it, but I had some Ace songs in my honorable mentions. Like I said, I could have. I stopped at 12, but I could have gone. I could have gone.
Yeah, I could have gone more and more.
I could have just listed go through every album, every solo album. Put everything on it. I didn't do anything from The Elder or from Unmasked. Nothing from Animalize or. I think I did have King of the Nighttime World in my honorable. I didn't put it on this. I took it off in honorable mentions. I've always loved that song too. I don't think we had anything from Dynasty on it.
No.
I think I Was Made for Loving You. Like I said, I didn't have anything from The Elder. Kind of surprised I didn't have anything from Rock and Roll Over because I really like this album quite a bit.
Yeah. I had nothing past 84.
Yeah.
For top 10.
Asylum's 85. Some people hate this album cover. I've always liked it.
It's fun. It's fun. They all work.
I didn't have anything from Just to Kill. I think you had one song on this. So you had Ladies in Waiting.
Ladies in Waiting. Yep.
We didn't mention anything about the Kiss Unplugged. How some of these songs sound good on this.
Yeah, it's a good job. They did a nice job with that one.
Yeah, it had the Domino. They didn't do some of this. They had Beth, and none of us mentioned Rock and Roll All Night, which is a song they played a million times.
Yeah, I know, that's hard. Yeah, that's funny. They pick either one. That's all right. It's no big deal. Good though.
But yeah, this
Cool
is
though.
fun. I mean, it's like we went through this pretty fast. Like we
Yeah,
know the songs well. Like there's no reason to really go into them too heavily or explain
exactly. If people are fans, they know the songs too. So
it. So like I
and
said,
everyone's got their favorites.
yeah.
And
So we,
we even got a hater for the band. That's fine.
so,
It wouldn't be Kiss if you didn't get a hater for them. Come on, they don't.
oh, yeah, I mean, there's plenty out
You
there.
know, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. No, no, I got no problem with that.
There's plenty of people that hate Kiss. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I get that. I get it though. I get it. It is what it is. It's no big
Yeah.
deal.
Like I said, I mean, 13 years old. Like that's exactly. I was like 10. You were 10 or you were 12. I was 10
Yeah,
when I came to them. So it's like it's definitely a band that's going to appeal to you.
it's it
You're
was a
young.
gateway band for a lot of musicians out there, and a lot of people into this music because it's a gateway band.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know.
like the 70s, a lot of people, older people didn't like them because it was mostly young people, like teenagers, and
Yeah.
that loved the band,
Absolutely.
and then they all kind of grew out, and, grew up, and
Yeah.
some of them were maintained Kiss fans, and some of them kind of left the band for a while and then came back later. It's
Yeah.
I mean, like people just love the makeup era quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I think if you're a diehard Kiss fan, you like every era of the band, so it's
Yeah.
you kind of grow through it. Even though some people call some with Tommy and Eric Singer as some people kind of say nasty things about them there, but they're just cashing in. But it's like I said,
Yeah.
it's a good camaraderie with those guys, and Gene and Paul trust them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
they,
Absolutely.
they know they're going to do exactly what the band wants, the best thing for the
Yeah.
band, and Tommy Thayer did so much with the band, just supporting them as far as when Ace and Peter came back, he was helping them,
Yeah.
you know, get reunited with their guitar
Yeah.
solos.
And get ready for the whole thing. Yeah. He did a lot of stuff. Yeah. That's a nice guy. I met him. Nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's in Black and Blue, and Gene produced one of their albums, I think, at least one of them at one
Yeah.
time. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a lot of fun, George. I'm glad we did this tonight. Just kind
Yeah.
of took, it's like 45 minutes. We got this in. I'm probably gonna edit some parts out, just some of the slow parts in the beginning, and I might edit out something else too. That just
Whatever.
keep it going because I can go in later and do some edits on it. So
Okay.
just gonna originally we're having some problems with our video or my video because I set it up wrong. I set it up in portrait mode instead of landscape, so it looked all screwed up. And then so we kind of started a little bit late, but yeah, this is a lot of fun. Like we should definitely do something like this again, something related to this band sometime in the
Yeah.
future. Kind of talk about them. And we can do some other kind of live streams. We'll come up with some ideas,
Yeah.
some
We could
stuff.
do
Sometime.
stuff on other bands we have in common. We like maybe Iron Maiden or something.
Iron Maiden would be a good one, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some people will like Iron Maiden a little bit more. Some people hate them too. Some
People
people,
hate a lot of bands. You can't like everything. You can't have what you like, what you don't like. That's why I don't make fun of people when they listen to this and stuff. Whatever you like, what you like.
yeah, they're finally going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too. Iron
Well,
Maiden.
they didn't get voted in yet. Who knows?
Oh, it's unofficial. Yeah,
It's just nominated. That's all. We'll see.
they're on the short list. Okay, yeah.
They're on the. Yeah.
If you
There's
see
a lot
some,
of bands that should be in there.
oh, there's a lot of bands that should be in there with them. And now they're letting bands that aren't even rock.
Yeah, I know. Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it's like when I think of rock and
She's
roll.
nothing against Mariah Carey. She's got a great voice and all that, but she's not a rock artist. So if you're gonna do that, make it the Music Hall of Fame or something. Don't make it the Rock and Roll. Change the name. If you're gonna do that, then that's fine. But you don't call it Rock and Roll of Fame and have rock bands in there.
Yeah, just like Madonna.
Whatever.
Madonna doesn't belong
Yeah.
there.
No.
They're different. But yeah, George, I really appreciate it. Like I said, George G's Room of Rock. You can find him on YouTube. Does a lot of videos like this, a lot of rankings, and just give us thoughts on his favorite bands. You can see all of his CDs in the back there, some of his vinyls kind of on the wall there. So that's I found. I think I found you when I did like one of my ranking videos. Maybe I don't know if I contacted you. I think I saw one of your videos about
Yeah,
his
you
rankings.
did.
And
You're the first one to contact me. You and another guy, but yeah.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
we should do a live stream. Like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, that's fine.
we've done probably 6 or 7 live streams now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of
They're a
fun.
lot of fun to do.
Yeah, George is one of my good friends, and I'm love to watch your channel and kind of
Yeah.
go back to work, kind of text
I
every now and then,
watch.
once a
Yeah,
week or
I watch
something.
when you put your movie stuff on. I watch since you're putting all your movies, all your Blu-rays. You got stacks of Blu-rays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got that's in another room. I've got my this is me. I've got music in this room, a lot of CDs and stuff like that. But you could
Yeah,
find my movies in the living room there. It's a whole different thing. I got a movie channel too, but yeah, Accessory
yeah,
Music Reviews is my music channel. Movie Reviews is my movie channel. So, but yeah, George,
yeah.
you have a great night there, and hopefully you and
You
the
too.
missus can have some watch something on TV or something like that, and kind of entertain yourselves for Sunday night. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
if I go ask her, see what the wife's doing.
yeah, but yeah, please,
My wife's on her phone, probably strolling through TikTok or something. That's what she's
yeah,
doing.
yeah, but yeah,
That's what she
please.
does.
Yeah, let me know in the comments. Or let me know what your like your top 10 Kiss songs or Kiss albums, or whatever. If you like this band, let me know in the comments what you think of the band. But yeah,
Yeah,
George,
give us some ideas that maybe they want to see. You never know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If they can, people let me know if they have some stuff they want me to do. I can definitely consider it. But yeah, George, have a great night,
You too.
and
Thanks for having me on again. Always a pleasure, Steve.
I'm gonna hit end stream, and then we'll talk just for a second here. And thanks
Yep.
everybody